He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. If you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. Hearts can't be broken because they're made of marzipan. Every beginning has an end, and every end is a new beginning. Hats have power. Hats can change you into someone else. All men know the utility of useful things, but they do not know the utility of utility. Sometimes your circle decreases in size, but increases in value. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. Respond intelligently, even to unintelligent treatment. Deal with your past so that it won't affect your future. To truly laugh, you must be able to take your pain and play with it. You ask me if I keep a notebook to record my great ideas. I've only ever had one. Reason is, and ought only to be the slave of the passions. If you are not having fun, you are doing something wrong. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Therefore, the good fighter will be terrible in his onset and prompt in his decision. The most important decision you make is to be in a good mood. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. If tomorrow were never to come, it would not be worth living today. Strange how the best moments of our lives we scarcely notice except in looking back. I could die for you, but I couldn't and wouldn't live for you. The money you make is a symbol of the value you create. Don't react, cut them off silently. And when all the wars are over, a butterfly will still be beautiful. Do not take life too seriously. You will never get out of it alive. Everything is created twice, first in the mind and then in reality. Over time, hidden truths morph in the dark soil of deceit into something much worse. If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. Sometimes things become possible if we want them bad enough. Life provides chances to open your heart all the time. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. If you concentrate on small, manageable steps, you can cross unimaginable distances. I have never known any distress that an hour's reading did not relieve. We seek the fire of the spark that is already within us. Life is short. Live it. Love is rare. Grab it. Anger is bad. Dump it. Fear is awful. Face it. Memories are sweet. Cherish them. It is the privilege of the gods to want nothing, and of godlike men to want little. It takes writing 1 billion bad words before you get to the good ones. Sometimes you recognize truth because it destroys you for a bit. Sand lines my soul, which is filled with the breath of the ocean. It is the certainty that they possess the truth that makes men cruel. Adversity discourages losers. Adversity inspires winners. If you know both yourself and your enemy, you can win 100 battles without a single loss. Do not use life to give life to death. Do not use death to bring death to life. But better to get hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. There's more beauty in truth, even if it is dreadful beauty. Don't be afraid of failure. This is the way to succeed. If you believe you can, you might. If you know you can, you will. If those who are sent to draw water begin by drinking themselves, the army is suffering from thirst. You endure what is unbearable, and you bear it. That is all. If you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. All shall be done, but it may be harder than you think. Appear at points which the enemy must hasten to defend. March swiftly to places where you are not expected. Convince your enemy that he will gain very little by attacking you. This would diminish his enthusiasm. Being brave means that knowing when you fail, you won't fail forever. Having nothing to struggle against, they have nothing to struggle for. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. Invincibility depends on oneself, the enemy's vulnerability on him. Life is an essay you yourself have to write, start to finish. You can't be brave if you've only had wonderful things happen to you. When you walk in silence, your excellence will always speak for you. Our society is run by insane people for insane objectives. Life happens, shit happens, and it happens a lot, to a lot of people. Not knowing you can't do something is sometimes all it takes to do it. If freedom is short of weapons, we must compensate with willpower. If you can't enjoy what you have, you can't enjoy more of it. Life is not about living the safer option. Life is about living a life worth living. The reason why the universe is eternal is that it does not live for itself. It gives life to others as it transforms. My destination is no longer a place, rather a new way of seeing. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent on arriving. Truth that came too late was as useful as a meal to a dead man. I ought to go upright and vital and speak the rude truth in all ways. He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. During a conversation, listening is as powerful as loving. What is important is not what you hear said, it's what you observe. We reveal most about ourselves when we speak about others. Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. Être dans le ventre, c'est avoir le destin des feuilles mortes. Sometimes life is too hard to be alone, and sometimes life is too good to be alone. Maybe everyone can live beyond what they're capable of. You can't understand where someone's going unless you understand where they've been. People ought to fight to keep their law as to defend the city's walls. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. The gods are fond of the cryptic and dislike the evident. Being true to yourself is the greatest force to uncover the soul. When a wise man points at the moon, the imbecile examines the finger. Talent is helpful in writing, but guts are absolutely essential. Your preciousness lies in your essence. It cannot be lost by anything that happens. If you really want something, you can figure out how to make it happen. Life doesn't require ideals. It requires standards of action. You need mountains. Long staircases don't make good hikers. When you are ignorant of the enemy, but know yourself, your chances of winning or losing are equal. You cannot open a book without learning something. The hardest thing of all is to find a black cat in a dark room, especially if there is no cat. May my heart be kind, my mind fierce, and my spirit brave. The way is to man as rivers and lakes are to fish, the natural condition of life. Each star is a mirror reflecting the truth inside you. Growth is in a series of mistakes. That's the only way you learn. He was a lonely ghost, uttering a truth that nobody would ever hear. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted.